Welcome, welcome! It's Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And today we're going to take out the Anvil C8X Pisces Expedition. We are leaving from Port Baijini and we're going to head over to Everus Harbor. So we're going to go from one R&R station above ArcCorp to another R&R station above Hurston. So I really like that they put these R&R stations in. They're pretty neat, although they're kind of very similar to one another. That's going to be the nicest way to put it. They're extremely similar interiors. Yeah, the layouts are slightly different. The space stations are a little bit differently shaped. This one's a donut shape. Everus Harbor is going to be kind of a donut shape with some stuff kind of in the middle, as you'll see when we get there. So they're very similar shaped, very similar interiors, and they have all the same shops and equipment in those shops as well. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, they're kind of new to the game, so I'm expecting those to kind of change with the times. Each station above each planet should end up with its own specialized commodities, gear, etc. You know, like if you're over Microtech at Port Tressler, you'll have heavier coats and, you know, snow gear, armor that can be good in the worst of conditions. If you're on Hurston, you're going to have stuff that's going to need to filter the air better because it's got bad air. You know, Microtech's got the snowy terrain, bad snowstorms, that sort of thing. So that's what you can expect a little bit of when you get to these rest and relax stations as far as armor, clothing, and that sort of thing. But right now, it's kind of generic. It's all the same. They just don't have that complexity in it just yet. I'm sure that will come fairly quickly. If they want to do it, that will come along very quickly. I'm guessing in 3.9 it's going to have to be in there because places like Microtech, you know, they're going to have the extra human systems, like where it keeps track of temperature and, you know, those little extra vital signs and whatnot. So they're going to have those heavier coats and those armors that can survive in worse conditions. So as you can see, I'm taking the Pisces. I really like this little snub ship, if you want to call it that. It's fast, it's maneuverable, it even quantums pretty quick. Of course, everything in the PTU right now, which this is the PTU, the Public Test Universe for 3.8. That means it's not out to the public. It's not a live build yet. It's a test build. Everybody can play it because it's out for everybody now for the Public Test Universe, but it hasn't quite been fully implemented into the public or the Persistent Universe. Sorry, the Persistent Test Universe is where they will get all the kinks out, or try to get most of the kinks out, and then the Persistent Universe is the live game where eventually everything's going to be persistent, which means it's, you know, if you put a coffee cup down in the woods in Hurston, somebody else could come along and find it there, you know, 2 days later and pick it up. That's going to be the level of persistence that will be in the game eventually. So if you buy ships in game, you'll have those still. So some pretty neat little things that are coming down the pipe. So something to look forward to for everybody with that persistence. They will still do wipes on the major patches because there's certain things they want to test out. There's certain things that they need to reset, and we're still in alpha, guys. We're not even close to beta yet, so those wipes will come, and they'll come fairly often, I would think, at least every quarter. But they should have several patches in between, so you're not going to lose your progress, you know, halfway through the quarter. So as you can see, I'm slowing down a little bit as I get closer to Everus Harbor. I don't want to smack into it, right? And we are coming in on the dark side, so it's kind of hard to see some things until I go into third-person mode. And then you'll see a little bit better. I will request landing. And why I didn't follow the radar exactly here, well, I know why. I wanted to see the station a little bit more up close. So I flew in a little bit closer, but when I go back to first-person mode, I don't immediately follow the radar to the landing zone. As you can see, like I said, it's kind of a donut shape, but it's, you know, it's got this central spire here. This one is a little bit smaller than Port Baijini and Port Tressler. But this one's really cool. I do kind of dig the shape that it's in and the landing pads that they have here. And there we go. We're going to find the landing zone. Oh, gotta go back. Gotta go back. So I target a ship. Looks like a prospector is on that landing pad. I wanted to get a little closer look at the guns. I'm like, no, let's just go over and land. No need for any stunt flying today. As you can see, the dark side of Hurston. The sun has not come up here. I think it's actually gone down recently, so it hasn't come up in this area just yet. And now we're maneuvering over to our landing area. As you can see the little wrench icon in the background there. See if I can slide this thing onto the pad. Flying is still not perfect, if you ask me. It doesn't have that feel that I really miss from the earlier versions of the flight model. And we'll just set her down nice and easy here.
Landing complete.
And let's get out and take a look at the station. Yeah, we're only about 7.5 minutes into this video and we haven't even taken a look at the station yet. Well, we saw the outside. That counts for something, right? Make sure the door closes. So we take a look here from this landing pad, what we can see. You see Hurston in the background. I love how the planets are in the background like this. It gives you a sense of scale here. Of course, these stations are all massive. Let's make our way through the airlock here. Call down that elevator. Hey, look, it's right here. Fantastic. We don't have to wait on it. We need elevator music, right? I guess my music in the background is going to have to do for now. Like my Pathfinder suit. My leg was a little jittery there. Must be too much coffee, right? So. Oh, there we go. As you can see, we come into the area where all the elevators and hangar and security and the ship portals are. And then, as always, there's an observation deck over here that we can look out. Well, this one, there's not much to look out at. You can look out at Hurston and just the edge of the space station. But, whoa, this guy's having a bad day. See him off in the couch there? Oh. It's good I'm not him. So let's, which way do we want to go? Straight, right? Let's go right. We have a few plants in here. I think Port Tressler's probably got the most plants. So, there's another planter with some plants. And this is otherwise a kind of a dark corridor. Guy stuck in the floor. That's not an uncommon occurrence in these space stations. Poor guys. And then we've got 3 pips machines, a microwave. Looks like maybe some sort of other type of oven. And then we'll make our way through another corridor with another planter. And then off to the left are some lockers. As you can see, it says locker room. Can't interact with any of the lockers. I'm sure that'll happen eventually. I don't know how we're going to actually lock them, how we claim them and lock them, but that's cool. There's a gray cat buggy in the middle of this section of the station. And again, this is Platinum Bay, where they sell shield generators, power generators, coolers, quantum drives. This guy appears to be stuck in the door. There you go, buddy. You're still floating. Okay, I'll leave you alone. I don't want to mess with people that, you know, float around. That's kind of scary. What kind of witchcraft are they using? These are the easy habs. I love the easy habs on these space stations. They're absolutely gorgeous. I really like how they have the common stuff that weary travelers would need. You know, your shampoo, shaving cream, your conditioner, cologne, toothpaste, etc. They've got like a little stand set up for you to buy that stuff. Of course, you know, you can't interact with it yet, but that'll happen eventually. And then this is where you get some books. There's some different reading material here. I can't read what that exactly says, but, you know, I still like the gray cat there. That's kind of cool. I should have tried to get in it. Maybe I'll do that next time. When I wake up and spawn here, next time I get in the game, I'm going to try to get in that gray cat and see if I can drive it. I mean, it won't go anywhere because it's roped off, but it'll be fun. There's a Kasaba outlet. All the hats and shirts and jeans and gloves, whatever you need to wear. It's got all sorts of apparel. It's a Kovalex. Is that a hologram? It looks like a hologram for Kovalex. They want you to join the shipping team. I'm sure Kovalex has their hands in other things, but they are predominantly a shipping company. Alright, let's go back this way. Oh look, it's an armor shop. Looks like all the other armor shops that we've run across in all the other ports of call, the rest and relaxation stations. That was pretty cool with the smoke coming out of the vent. There's some more here. Makes me wonder if they're trying to poison me or put me to sleep. We'll walk through it and see. I've got a helmet on. It's okay, guys. And then we'll go through some more corridors. There's a lot of corridors that don't have a lot going on other than a few little signs here and there and some planters. I mean, I can't expect something to be everywhere. And we're back to the security area where we spawn ships, the observation posts. As you can see right there. Shall we go up to the upper deck of the observation post? Looks like all the other upper decks, for the most part. Hey, there's a Big Benny's. You want some noodles? I can't wait until they actually have functionality of the Big Benny machines. That will be awesome. Wait, we don't need to go back in here. We've seen everything in here. Seen once, seen it all. Alright, so let's go back this other direction. Investigate part of the station we haven't been to. There's another Benny's machine and a Pips. And this part of the station is shaped a little funny. It kind of double backs on itself, which is, like I said, a little odd. But here's the telltale sign of the food court, is that purple gas cloud effect. And there's the space station floating in the mist, so to speak. But this one looks more like the one we just left rather than the one we're on. So it looks more like Port Baijini than it does Everus Harbor. So I don't know. Maybe there's a mistake there. Maybe I'm looking at it from the wrong angle. I like this little eatery area that they have at a lot of these stations up top with the trees, and just, you know, it gives you a more natural feel. There's more greenery in the eatery area. Greenery in the eatery. Say that fast 3 times. Here's your juice bar. And here's your regular bar. If you want to get something on tap. Maybe some alien brew with your pool table and slot machines and all your games. And it's a mop. Way to go. We found a mop. And this guy's floating too. I don't know what to do about these floating guys. I'm going to stay away from them. They scare me. I mean, if they have the power to float, what else can they do? What other kind of Jedi stuff or Sith stuff can they do? So we already saw... Yeah, we already saw some of this other stuff. Let's go back down here. And you see Elroy's over there. It's a mainstay of all these space stations. Well, all these are. Every one of these things is in every one of these space stations we've been to so far. But here's the pizza joint with the hologram pizza, and then you can see all the toppings there. Pepperoni and peppers. Interesting. I'm a pepperoni man myself. I prefer a pepperoni pizza. That's it. The noodle house with the noodle bar. There's always a couple of noodle bars. Why do they do 2 noodle bars? Are noodles that popular? Must be. The burrito bar, which I would probably spend a lot of time at. I like my burritos. I like my pizza too, but pizza's a... You know, most places that do burritos, you can find something that you would like. A pizza place, I mean, if they have crappy pizza, you're just not going to get good pizza. So I'm a little more picky when it comes to my pizza than my burrito places. And here's the second noodle bar. They're not really that far from one another. Who will put who out of business first, I wonder? Or are they owned by the same people? I want an expose. Well guys, we're getting near the end of this video. So if you like it, hit the like button, hit that little bell to let you know when I am doing another one, and hit that subscribe button so you get all of my newest videos. I hope you like it. I appreciate all you guys that tune in. You know, I do it because I enjoy it, and I hope you guys do too. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the verse.